What's up guys, itsPoachie here and welcome back to another new Pokemon Snap tutorial. In this video I'll be walking you through every lens talk request in the Founja jungle area at night. So without further ado, let's run through some of the prerequisites. There are 10 requests in total here, and for most you have to do the request on level 2 of the course. However, you must do 3 of these requests on level 1 of the course instead. These are Arbok falls asleep, Triple Threat, and a Figure of Beauty. So I'll run through these 3 requests first before we move on to the rest of the requests in order of where they appear throughout the course. If you're looking for a request in particular, check out the description or timestamps I've added below to help you all out. Finally, as always, I highly recommend you unlock the burst feature and turbo boost feature for your camera and Neo 1. These features will help you complete the following requests much easier and help you get the best snaps in the game. But now that all of that's been covered, let's start taking some snaps. The first request is Arbok falls asleep. In the right hand tree above the first horizontal log of the course, you'll find an Arbok sleeping. Your aim here is to knock it out of the tree and catch a picture of it falling, so you have to be ready so that you don't miss this photo. To make the Arbok fall, you need to successfully throw 4 fluff fruit at it. On the 4th hit, it will then fall out of the tree. So quickly catch a photo of it here to complete the Arbok falls asleep request. Get it? Because he falls and is asleep. Anyway, if you're struggling, I find you can get the best photos after passing underneath the log and then looking behind you to take the photo. And I would definitely recommend using the burst feature for this one to make it easier on yourself. This leads into the leopard request, a Figure of Beauty. For the first part of this request, as you knock Arbok out of the tree when you're looking back at the log, move the camera to your left and look into the trees. You should spot a leopard there. If not, use your scanner to help find it. Throw an Illumina Orb at it to make it run off into the distance, which completes the first requirement for this request. Next, find a hidden sleeping leopard in the tree to the left as you progress through the course, just past the ditch where the slacking normally is sleeping. Play a melody using your Neo 1 to wake up the leopard when you're nearby, and watch it run off to the right hand side of the pond. In the grass, you'll spot a large group of leopard now resting here, as you've awakened a bunch of them for them to run around the corner and flee to this area. All you need to do now is throw an Illumina Orb at one of these leopard in the nearest bunch to wake it up, and watch as it stands up tall onto its back legs. Take a picture of it standing upright like this to complete the request. You'll have to be quick here again though, as you only get one shot before the pack run away together, and he doesn't stand on his legs for too long, so again, I recommend being ready for it and using the burst feature to get the shot that you want. There's only one more request, Triple Threat, that has to be done on level 1, but it unfortunately takes place on the alternate route around the pond to the left hand side, so you can't get this done at the same time as the Arbok and Leopard requests. So, as you approach the pond, choose to go on this alternate route by hitting the crystal bloom first with an Illumina Orb and scanning to reveal and select the alternate route. Immediately after this, play a melody using your Neo 1 and you'll spot a Yanmega fly out of the bushes to your right and then away into the distance. After you're through the tall grass, you will now find Ariados walking around. Play the melody again when you're past the grass to attract Yanmega back to this area, and it will start having a fight with one of the Ariados. At this point, you now need to throw a crystal orb at the Ariados, which will cause it to call for backup against the Yanmega from its friends. Now, for the final part of the request, be ready to capture a photo of the Ariados using String Shot on the Yanmega, with all of the Pokemon in the frame to complete the request. Not only must you ensure that String Shot is being used at the time you take the photo, but also that one of the Ariados is the subject of your photo, so make sure you don't focus on the Yanmega. To catch this quick event, once more you should use your camera's burst feature to successfully grab a cool shot. Bounsweet's Amazing Journey is now the first request we will cover on the level 2 course. As soon as you start, you can start playing a melody using your Neo 1. On the left hand side, you'll then notice 2 Bounsweet fly off down the course. Following these, you'll find that they land on Ariados' web, just after the first horizontal log on the left hand side. Hit the Ariados a couple of times with Fluff Fruit to wake him up, and at which point, the Bounsweet will then be shook and scared by the Ariados. Take a picture of the Bounsweet panicking to complete this request, making sure that you get the snap before Ariados blows the 2 of them away off its web. Next up we have Resting Its Wings, and this is a super easy one for you guys to complete. So by the first horizontal log again, simply take a photo of the sleeping Yanmega on the tree on the right hand side to complete the request. This is the same tree that Arbok was sleeping in level 1 of the course. Just make sure that you don't wake it up before you take the photo by playing music or by throwing anything at him, and you'll be able to complete this request super easily. Why So Still is one of the 2 tasks in level 2 needing you to take the alternate route to the left of the pond. So for this one, find the alternate route by lighting up the crystal bloom to the left of the pond, then choose to take this route. Next, hit Leafeon on its behind with a fluff root to cause it to run off through the tall grass, and your Neo 1 will then follow it there. In this next part, timing is critical, so wait until you see the Leafeon stretching out with its face looking up towards the sky, and then immediately play music using your Neo 1. Some Ariados will now drop down from the trees and cause the Leafeon to panic and run into the pond, which in turn will then cause Swampert to pop out of the water. Once this happens, hit the Swampert with an Illumina Orb and it will forget the disturbance caused by Leafeon, and instead start playing with it and splashing mud all over Leafeon. Take a photo of this happening, ensuring that Swampert is the focus of your photo, not the Leafeon, to get a 4-star photo of it and complete the request. The second level 2 task, taking the alternate route around the pond, is Where's the Fruit, which involves slacking. This cannot be done at the same time as the Swampert request, so unfortunately there's little pairing up of research tasks you can do along this course. Take the alternate route around the pond again, but this time make sure you do not hit the Leafeon with a fluff root first. If you do this, Leafeon will run through the grass and cause the slacking to run away, which won't let you do the slacking request. After you don't hit the Leafeon, let it run away to the right hand side. You'll now find the slacking in the area once you pass through the tall grass. You need to coax it forward using your scanner and follow it along the course until you get to the ancient ruins. Here, you'll find slacking eating out of the left hand tree with a hole in it. Grab yourself a photo of slacking eating out of the tree to complete the request. So here, I definitely recommend having and using the turbo boost feature to keep up with the slacking, and also to make sure you get a good angle for the shot, as he can progress forward and out of sight before you even know it. Next up, to complete an unusual spot, you first need to take the normal course route around the pond and spot a leopard in an odd position. This odd position is hanging just off a cliff behind you as you pass past the pond. It can be pretty difficult to spot, so keep your eye out and use this video to find it easily. Throw an Illumina Orb at this leopard and it will stay lit up with the Illumina phenomenon, completing the first part of the request. Now, as you approach the ancient ruins, you'll spot a leopard appear on the highest trunk in front of you. Hit this leopard with an Illumina Orb too, and make sure it stays lit up this time. As you get close to it, it will then knock you off the tree. For the final part of the quest, you need to throw an Illumina Orb at the Crystal Orb on this lower section of the course that you're hit onto, to attract some Ledian to the area. You can feed any of these Ledian fluff fruit to eat, but in order to complete the request, you must wait to find the Ledian who's walking around on the floor and feed it one with a fluff fruit. The important part is that the Ledian you take a photo of must have its feet on the floor when it's eating the fluff fruit. So take a photo of the Ledian stood up eating to complete this Lens Talk request. For the request Tree Dwelling Pokemon, in the Ancient Ruins area again, this time you need to find a Crystal Orb next to one of the sleeping Toucanon. Your aim here is to get the Toucanon to fly away with all the others in the area, and you do this by hitting a Crystal Bloom 3 times with an Illumina Orb. It's imperative that the Crystal Orb is hit at least 3 times to get the Toucanon to fly away, and then if you take a photo of the Toucanon in flight, you will get the request completed. It's also important to note that if you miss them the first time round, you can get the opportunity to take a photo of them at the end of the course, flying back. Just make sure that you don't do what I did the first time round and pick one of these photos for your research task, as these ones do not count towards completing the request, as I unfortunately found out too late. Keep an eye out for the photos with the comment symbol, as you should do for every task, to make sure that you've got the right photo and don't make any silly mistakes. The last request for the course is tonight's dinner. So for this one, you need to discover and take the alternate route at the end of the course, behind the waterfall. Normally a leopard will be sat on the rock, blocking this route off, so that you're unable to take it and move forward. So, to move the leopard, you need to spot it early on and start playing music with your Neo 1. This will cause the Pikipek and leopard to move away, allowing you to scan and take the alternate route behind the waterfall. Now that the first part's done, the next part is easy. Throw a fluff fruit near any of the Morlul behind the waterfall and grab a photo of one eating. This will complete the request and, along with the others, finish all of the Lens Talk requests for the Founja Jungle nighttime area. So, that wraps up all of the Lens Talk requests for the Founja Jungle area at night. I hope this walkthrough helped you guys out. Please leave a like or comment to let me know if it did. It's always greatly appreciated. And if you enjoyed, feel free to check out my channel and subscribe for more walkthroughs and fun Let's Play content as well. But aside from that, thank you all once again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care till next time, Poachie out.